The small neighborhood bakery smelled of warm sugar and fresh bread. But to Emma, it felt like a battlefield. She stood near the counter, her fingers trembling as she clutched her worn-out purse. Her daughter Lily would turn 7 tomorrow, 7, and Emma still couldn't afford a proper birthday cake. The thought twisted her stomach. She had worked double shifts all week, cleaning houses, washing floors, taking whatever odd jobs she could, but the money was still not enough. Rent was due, electricity was overdue, and Lily needed school shoes. A cake felt like a luxury she had no right wanting. Yet she still wanted her daughter to feel special, even if only for a day. The bakery owner, an elderly woman named Mrs. Harris, smiled warmly as she approached the counter. "How can I help you today, dear?" Emma swallowed hard. Her voice came out barely above a whisper. Do you have maybe an expired cake? Something you're about to throw away?" For a second, Mrs. Harris blinked, unsure she had heard correctly. "Expired cake?" she repeated gently. Emma nodded quickly, cheeks burning with shame. Yes, it doesn't have to be fresh. I need something small for my daughter's birthday. I can pay a little, just not for a new one." Behind her, customers in line exchanged looks, some confused, some judgmental, some pitying. Emma felt every pair of eyes like a dagger on her back. One man chuckled under his breath. Another whispered loud enough for her to hear. People like her shouldn't come to places like this. Her throat tightened. She wished she could disappear. But what Emma didn't notice was the tall man standing near the corner table, sipping black coffee and reading documents on a sleek tablet. Well-dressed, composed, and carrying an air of confidence. He didn't look like someone who belonged in a small bakery, yet he was there every morning. His name was Daniel Grant, and he was a millionaire, though nobody in the bakery knew. He looked up the moment he heard Emma's trembling voice. The desperation in her tone, the humiliation in her posture. It struck him harder than he expected. He slowly lowered his tablet, watching the interaction unfold. Mrs. Harris softened. "Sweetheart, we don't sell expired food. But maybe I can—" Before she could finish, the man behind Emma scoffed. "Why don't you go to a thrift shop for cakes? If those even exist." The group around him snickered. Emma closed her eyes, breathing shakily. She forced out a tiny apology and turned to leave. "It's okay. I'm sorry for bothering—" "Wait." It was Daniel's voice, firm, steady, echoing across the bakery. Everyone turned. Daniel stepped forward, eyes warm but serious. "Excuse me," he said to Emma, "but why are you leaving? You haven't even gotten your daughter's cake." Emma stiffened, embarrassed. I can't afford a proper one." Daniel nodded slowly, as if that answer wasn't something to be ashamed of at all. "Then let me help," he said. "Yo." Emma blinked, stunned. The entire bakery had fallen silent. Every head turned toward Daniel as if he had just announced the winning lottery numbers. She wasn't sure what surprised her more, his kindness or the confidence with which he spoke, as though helping her was the most natural thing in the world. "You want to help me?" she whispered, feeling her throat tighten. Daniel offered a gentle smile. "Yes, if you'll let me." Emma felt heat rise in her cheeks. "I don't want charity, sir. I just wanted something small, something I could afford." "I understand." Daniel kept his tone calm, respectful. "But this isn't charity. It's a birthday gift, from one human being to another." The customers who had mocked her earlier shifted uncomfortably. Suddenly, they weren't laughing. Mrs. Harris, the bakery owner, beamed at Daniel. "That's very kind of you, young man." Daniel nodded once. "Could you maybe show us your best cakes? Whatever a 7-year-old girl might love?" Emma's eyes widened. No, please, those cakes are too expensive." But Mrs. Harris, now fully on Daniel's side, lifted a hand. "Let the gentleman choose, dear." Emma stood frozen, feeling like she'd stepped into a dream she didn't deserve. Mrs. Harris opened the display case, revealing beautifully decorated cakes, ones Emma never imagined she'd even look at closely, much less buy. There were pink frosting swirls, glittering sugar flowers, cakes shaped like butterflies, and a beautiful white one with pastel sprinkles. Daniel studied each one carefully. "What's your daughter's name?" he asked. "Lily," Emma replied. He smiled. "A beautiful name." He pointed at a cake shaped like a blooming flower, frosted in shades of soft lavender and pink with delicate sugar petals curling outward like a real blossom. "This one," he said, "seems perfect for a girl named Lily." Emma's breath caught. It was easily the most expensive cake in the case. "No, I can't." Daniel turned to her with gentle firmness. "Emma, your daughter deserves to feel special on her birthday. Let me do this." She was speechless. No one had ever spoken to her with such sincerity, not in years. Mrs. Harris carefully boxed the cake as if handling treasure. Daniel stepped to the counter, pulled out his card, and paid without hesitation. The total, an amount Emma couldn't have earned even after weeks of work, made her chest tighten. But when he handed her the box, he did it with a quiet grace that eased her trembling. "For Lily," he said softly. Emma swallowed a sob. "Thank you. I don't know how to repay you." "You don't need to," Daniel replied. Then, after a moment of thought, he added, "Just give your daughter the happiest birthday you can." People watched, stunned, some even regretful of their earlier cruelty. Emma clutched the cake box, holding it as if it were fragile hope itself. But what she didn't know yet was that Daniel's kindness wasn't done, because he hadn't just bought her daughter a cake.